Welcome back, everybody. Level M diecast SD trucks from Greenlight. This is Series 15. This one's a little bit delayed. I do apologize for the delay. However, you guys should know I did get an error of this one, which was this guy right here, which had no axle in the back and had a broken mirror on the side. The mirror is in the package, but the axle is gone. So good old-fashioned Greenlight quality. So did have to replace that. That one is right here. So we'll crack him open. This is the 2018 International Workstar tanker truck with the Phillips 66, Conoco 76, and Kendall fuel group. Next one up, this is a pretty cool one. This is the 2019 Mack Granite cement mixer. Kind of patriotic, decoed up. Red, white, and blue looks pretty good. Definitely like that one a lot. Looks pretty fancy. So we'll check that one out. And then the last one in the mix, this is the 1980 Chevy C70 grain truck. There are C16, C70 versions, as well as some, a couple years difference. And then, of course, the bed pieces are different as well. This one's kind of weathered up, kind of worn out. So that one looks pretty cool. So what we're going to do is we'll do this real style. So we're just going to go ahead and grab our scissors, get right into these. Cut them right through the blisters, clamshells. Slide him out of his little container here. There we go. So this is the International Workstar. This casting's been around for a little bit. Essentially from the, actually it has been around since Series 1. This tanker as well. Does have some nice details on the top of the tanker there. Shows 1,100 gallons per section, which is pretty nice. The triple axle does roll, but it is higher up. It is meant to just be dropped down if it is fully up. This one doesn't have a whole lot of chrome on it. It's just black tanks, which is kind of nice. A lot of nice change of pace, but full decos. There is your International logo on the front there. Smokestack off to the side. Looking pretty good. Details all the way down. Always a little bit of residue on the models from Greenlight. And then there is the deets in the back. This does have an opening rear section. Looks like this one will actually open for me for a change. So it is nice and decoed up in there. Looks pretty good. Got pumps on both sides. And all your valve information there at the top looks pretty good. Just a plastic door on that. Just have your placard on there, which is pretty nice. Some chevron details. And then, of course, the International on the mud flaps, which is hard plastic, so they're not actually rubber or nothing. It does have some additional print on the top for each one of the tank sections, which is pretty nice. This one's pretty good, so my number is 1075 on my corrected one. Just for shits and giggles, see if we can see the number on the bad one, which was 1599. So I ended up getting a better number, although it doesn't really matter, but it looks pretty good. Definitely happy to add another one of those guys to the mix. Getting into the Mack Granite cement mixer. Patriotic, decoed up, looks good. Slide him out. Does have your bulldog there on the front, because of course it does. It has some pretty, this is new. This is they haven't tampoed up the headlights like that before. Not 100% sure if I'm sold on that. It doesn't look bad, but maybe it's just because it's different. Just because it's different. I don't know. We'll have to see if that grows on us as collectors. A lot of chrome on this guy, though. A lot of chrome. The sun visor, the horns, the side mirrors, the vent on the hood piece there, tank on the side. All that stuff looks good. A little bit of extra print detail on the engine part of the drum. It does rotate. Although it's a little wonky. It's kind of it almost feels like it's not perfectly round, so it catches as it rotates, but it does rotate, which is decent. Looks pretty good in the back as well. Got some details back here for the mud flaps. Again, they are hard plastic. Details on the back as well. This does not move. It's a fixed piece. So, but the details there. It's the thought that counts. Does have the additional sections to add there. Even though they're not removable as well. Details on the side has a little access port window there so that you can see when you're merging, you don't crush little Geo Metros next to you. So that looks pretty good. It's a pretty nice version. Very happy. Quality looks good on this guy. Looking on the number right there on the axle, 4684. Pretty big number. It's kind of a huge contrast to the other ones, but kind of see how this is assembled on the bottom. Lots of screws and, you know, things just glued in and stuff like that. Nothing fancy. So that one's pretty nice. Looks pretty good, actually. Like that one a lot. All right, we're going to move on to this guy, 1980 Chevy C70 grain truck. This one is all weathered up. Looks pretty good. Slide this one out of there. There we go. Oop. Forgot that it dumps. So this is our C70 grain truck, all weathered up. Looks really, really good. Kind of a yellowish, goldish kind of color around the grill. It's kind of interesting. But he's like, you know, he's weathered up. He's dirty. There's kind of two tones on the cab here. The hood's like a different color, and the top's a different color. The doors a different color. That looks kind of cool. It doesn't show all that well on the camera, but it's pretty cool detail. Just has those old school, you know, axle mounted wheels where you just take the bolts off and the wing and the ring comes off of it. It does have a little bit of painted up detail right there for the exhaust. A little bit of, you know, simulated rust on the dump bed part here. Does have a Chevy on the mud flaps. Does have tail light tempos up. But again, just a little plate detail. Again, no plate printed on there, but the detail's there. That is an actual ladder that's added onto the side. It is not painted on there or anything like that. It's not molded in. And then, of course, it does tilt. So it dumps out. But there's no dumping feature here. It's a grain truck. There's just an access opening here. So this little access port you just lift up and then you just dump the bed back. There is no ladder on the other side, no deets or nothing like that. It is a bit of a longer axle, a little bit longer wheelbase is what I meant to say. 840 is the number, so that's pretty cool. A little bit lower number. So all metal chassis on this guy. This was originally made as a collab model for some farm toy manufacturer, if I remember correctly. They sold these through like Outback and stuff, but now Greenlight's able to use it in their own line, which is pretty nice. So pretty nice that they're taking advantage of that. So there is your grain truck. There is your cement mixer, and of course the tanker makes up your mix. It's a pretty good set. I'm pretty happy that the SD line still, you know, continues to roll. This was a welcome addition, getting something new. I think they need to, you know, maybe get away from the tanker truck, maybe get away from the, you know, international dump truck and use more of the Granite stuff and other things. Or maybe even come out with a new casting for SD line. But over the course of 15 releases, there's only been like 5 or 6 different castings. So it's a little rough, but they still go strong. They still look good. I still like these models. They still definitely have a spot in the collection. And just too bad that I took so long to get a replacement for this guy. I can't believe I didn't have an axle on that one. So there you go. That is SD Trucks Series 15 from Greenlight. Pick it up now. It should be in stores by now for sure. If not, you can always order it online like I do. That's pretty much where all my Greenlight comes. That's why I get stuck with broken Greenlight every once in a while. So anyways, we're going to roll out. Appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Level in that case. Peace.